Hey guys, how's it going? Azrach Collections here, and today we're looking at something really interesting. You must all be wondering why we've got 4 Supermen on screen. Well, today we're looking at a really cool comparison where we're looking at the Mezco Superman and how he compares next to the real one from Mezco. Can you spot the real one in this lineup? Well, you won't be able to because he's not on screen, and this is the real Mezco figure. Let's get this started. Alright, so to kick things off, let's just talk about why I have 4 different Supermen. So I'll talk about the extreme one on the extreme right here first. So this is actually the same Superman as all the other ones, but I just used it to make a custom. I wanted to make a classic suit Superman. I had the fabric. I just had the suit made. I just thought it was gonna be really cool if I put it in this Superman kind of body. So that's why I went with him. Yeah, I think he looks pretty cool. Let's get him in the spotlight. Yep. So what I did to him is basically change the head sculpt. So this is Ultraman head sculpt from the Crime Syndicate line. This is from DC Direct. Nothing else apart from the head has been swapped. So everything on this figure is basically the same except for the suit, obviously. The suit I hand stitched, so it's pretty cool. It does everything. It doesn't restrict any posing. It kind of looks pretty cool. I really like the colors. The shorts I would definitely really want to rework, and also the belt because that's just I think it's a foam piece that I just markered over, and then yeah, it looks pretty shit. But yeah, I also painted the boots, which I think came across pretty cool. They're just more vibrant in red, and they look different compared to the other ones. So yeah, that's why I have him. So this guy right here, I have him because I've got like a Justice League Batmobile, and I wanted to recreate the BVS scene where Batman's in his Batmobile and then Superman's just like looking at him when they first meet. So I've got that scene going on. I'll probably put it in a picture later on so that you can see what I'm talking about. These two guys here, I just basically got them because I wanted to have more Superman, maybe do more customs. I want to do like Red Sun Superman custom and all of that as well. So I've got a couple extras so that I can work on later. But yeah, they're pretty much vanilla. Nothing changed on them except for this guy. I used him for just face painting practice. I think the paint came out pretty alright. It's just that the body color is a lot different from the actual paint on the face that I repainted, so that's why it looks a bit odd. I think once I get the flesh tones matched, he would look a lot better. Just another thing, this guy here actually has the original BVS head sculpt that came with the Mezco. Alright, so to begin the comparison and to make it as fair as possible, this is as vanilla as it gets when it comes to a Mezco Superman, and this is the original Superman. Of course, the head sculpt is changed, but I'll talk about that a little bit later when I'm comparing the actual head sculpts versus the Mezco ones. But yeah, so these are pretty much both vanilla except for the head sculpt on this one, obviously, but also the fists because the colors match the head. But yeah, so straight off the bat, we can see that this Superman is a bit shorter, but a lot more stockier. He's just got more muscles if you look around the chest area and just filling out the costume. So yeah, I really like the color of the original figure as well, just a little bit different. If you look at the S on the chest, it's a lot different as well, just more sharp, more details. The one on the Mezco is a bit more sloppy. The cape obviously is very, very different, where the texture and the material on this one is absolutely fantastic, whereas this one is it's all right. It's not the worst. I mean, I can't really find cloth this good where I shop, but yeah, it's still not anything like anywhere close compared to the Mezco one. The boots are obviously different. This one's a bit more maroon and dirty. I don't know why they did that, but probably the paints that they had at the time or something like that. But this red is so much more vibrant. Of course, the one that I painted is probably a little bit more vibrant still. But yeah, this probably is more accurate to the tone in the movie. Alright, so something that I think would be interesting, and that's something that I can show you guys because I had them custom made, is this is what the suit looks like. This is the fabric suit that came with the Superman that I customized. This is the one that I customized. So that's the suit that he came in originally. I had to take him off, take the suit off. So to take the suit off, all you need to do is just slit the back, and then you can actually get it off. The emblem is actually pegged in. So the emblem, this is what it looks like. It's actually got 3 knobs at the back. So this just pegs into the chest. There are 3 holes in the chest and 3 holes on the suit as well. So that's what it looks like when it's pegged in. So yeah, I had to peel that off after heating it, but it's pretty easy to take off. But yeah, that's what the suit looks like. It's stitched pretty well on all sides. The line details are pretty accurate, but it's just not stitched, not printed on exactly at the center. This feels like a material that's just normal material if you look in here, but yeah, it's just overlay printed on top. So yeah, it's got all the lining, everything is pretty spot on. It's just not central, but yeah, it's a pretty good replica of this guy anyways. So in terms of packaging, there are obviously a bunch of telltale signs. Just look at the colors. I mean, as soon as you look at the colors, you can easily tell the left one is much more vibrant, much more real, like appealing. The text on it is more visible, more legible, and everything is just done a little bit better. Obviously, the print on the back is not much more different. You can just see that the left one is more vibrant, more colorful, and the right one's more like, I don't know, it's more shadowy, more dark. So yeah, you can obviously tell which one's the real one. So in terms of head sculpts, we've got all the real ones to the left of the maniple head and all the fake ones on the right of the maniple head. Obviously the maniple is the standout head sculpt, but let's just compare what we've got for the real versus the fake Superman. I'll just have to focus that. There we go. Alright, so this is supposed to be the same version. On the left, this is the real Mezco paint and sculpt. So yeah, I think just a few blemishes here and there on the right one, but the left one isn't the best either. Yeah, the left one does look better, but I guess if you're not uh, paying too much attention to it, the right one could probably pass as well. It's just a little bit broader for some reason, but yeah. So that's the angrier head. This one is the heat vision kind of head. Yep. Again, we can see that the right one is a bit more, I guess, wider, and the left one is a bit more narrow. But yeah, the left one is the original one, and the right one is the fake one. And the painting on the hair kind of does tell a little bit. And the eyes are painted way better on this one. The skin tone's better, but I think skin tone is still too light for Superman, anyways. And last but not least, we've got the normal head sculpts. So yeah, the Superman on the right, he's got a few blemishes here and there, but it's not the same with all the figures. Yeah, some figures have those blemishes, some don't, even with the Mezco knockoff ones. But yeah, usually the real ones are painted much better. So the real ones are painted much better. And if we look at the maniple head, it just looks so much more realistic compared to all the other ones we've looked at. It's just got the glimmer in the eye. Just looks more natural. But yeah, I don't think it captures Henry Cavill 100%. But this probably is like a shrink down head sculpt from the Hot Toys figure anyway. So yeah, that's what that looks like. So in terms of the accessories, we do get the sewer lid caps for Gotham City. I got it for all 5 figures. The original one obviously comes with it, and the Mezco ones also come with it. So this is what the Mezco one looks like against the Mezco one. The left one is the Mezco one for this one. I should swap it around. I've had a theme where everything on the left it has been the real one. So yeah. So the Mezco one looks better, sticks together better. It's just overall so much better. If you look at the painting on it, it's better as well. The Gotham is much more clear. The Gotham City written here, you can actually make it out to be 1635. Here you can't really tell. So yeah, there's a few things that the original one does a lot better, but this is still possible. It's just a sewer lid cap, so you're not gonna look at that and then be like, oh wow, that sewer lid cap doesn't look anything like the original one. I'm not gonna buy the figure, right? So well, last but not least, we've got hands, but hands are just hands, man. Like the ones on the left are the real ones, the ones on the right are not the real ones. But there's hardly anything you can tell. There's just a little bit more like mold lines on the fake ones versus the real ones, but nobody's really gonna notice them. So hands are just hands. I mean, if you want a detailed summary of what the hands look like, let me know on Instagram and I'll probably post a picture, but I don't want to go through too much details on these. So verdict time. At the end of the day, these are all pretty cool action figures. I think the Mezco ones are pretty good. They just use the same buck that they use for every other Mezco figure. So that's why Superman is a bit oddly shaped. He's taller, he's leaner, but this guy just fills the suit in so much better. The suit's better quality, the painting's done better. Everything else is pretty much awesome and very, very good on this one, except for the head sculpt, obviously. So that's why I had to change it out. But the Mezco figures do a pretty good job if you want just something to represent the BVS Superman and you don't have enough money, or you just can't find it for a reasonable price anymore because everybody's selling him for like pretty high prices at the moment. I would definitely not hesitate to go with the Mezco ones. They're pretty fun to play around with and even customize. So yeah, they're a pretty good figure. If you want to go with the Mezco ones, I mean, why not? But I definitely recommend checking out the Mezco one just because it's just higher quality, sturdier, much more better in terms of painting, and yeah, it's just a better looking figure aesthetically as well. So to each their own. But yeah, that's my review. I hope you had fun.